Welcome back, everyone, to For the Love of Gaming. This time, we now have Gravish and the Good Jakeward bringing you co-op Telocation Gemini any percent. Up to you guys.
Well, unfortunately, because our incentive was met, we have been upgraded 200% for this run.
Yep, so we do have a category change. So we will basically, in each level, there's 3 gems that you can collect, and because we're doing 100%, we will be finding all the gems. But yeah, first up, you've probably not heard of this game. This was a game created for a game jam in 2020 for the N64. So it's a brand new N64 game. And they actually made physical cartridges that work on actual N64 hardware. Mine is in the mail right now. I'm super excited to get it. But in the meantime, we're going to be playing on emulator. And we're going to be using Project 64 NetPlay, as this is a co-op game. So I'm going to be playing with my friend Graybash here.
Hello.
Yep. All right. But yeah, let's get into it. So time is going to start when I select co-op here. So this is a couch co-op game. So you'll notice there's just one screen. I'm going to be on the left-hand side and Graybash is going to be on the right. So let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the first 2 levels, it's just going to be me, just going to be my character, which is this tiny astronaut Jude. And his main skill set is he has pretty fast movement and can jump. So that is kind of his thing. So this first level is just sort of a tutorial. Those are the gems that we need to collect there. And again, there's 3 in each level. So this one's really simple. All the gems, you can see exactly where they are. But that is the end of level 1. So
and next, as we get into this, we will be finding my robot buddy. Sold into indentured servitude by my parents when I was young and bought by this astronaut here.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. So he'll be coming up in the 3rd level. So this level right here introduces you to switches. And you see the switches activate the doors there. Alright, this is Graybash's big debut. I'm going to go find him trapped in some rocks over here. Although he won't be trapped for long because his main skill set is he has a blaster which can be used to destroy rocks. And not only that, the blaster can also be used to pop me up into the air, which is not an intended mechanic by the developers, but it makes a lot of the puzzles super trivial. So right here, Graybash is going to pop me up on top of him. Normally you'd have to go over to those stairs over there to get on top of the robot. But because we use this blaster sort of exploit thing, we can get him right on top. No stairs required. And now we'll need to get both of our characters to the end platforms, not just the one. Alright, onto the big switch. So a big part of this game is we'll both be doing sort of different actions. We'll both be getting different gems, stepping on switches for each other. I have to make a kind of hard jump right here. I did miss it first try. Go for it second try, and we do get it. Right here, Graybash is going to pop me up from through that wall there. So the blaster extends past that corner so that he can get me through the wall.
And we will be using that capability quite a lot as this goes on.
Yes, there are plenty of wall clips that we'll be using. This level introduces us to this radioactive goo. If you fall into it, you will die. Although deaths aren't really that big of a deal in this game. You basically just respawn from the point where you jumped from, or wherever you were last touching the ground. Which that's actually a nice feature. It makes speedrunning it nice because deaths are usually just like a 1-second time loss, basically, just the time it takes to respawn, which is pretty quick. Thank you for the raids, Captain Ezekiel. Appreciate it. Welcome to the marathon, guys. Alrighty, we're on to Switch Tag Team. And we do a little bit of an alternate route here than what is intended. You're supposed to kind of go around the right side, but because we have this pop-up ability, we don't have to do that. So Graybash is going to just pop me up.
as we've refined the ability to pop up, this is one of the levels that has undergone a lot of changes.
Ooh, small little death there. Right there, you're actually supposed to go around the left side, but you can jump just in time before the switch goes up with the astronaut. So it's a tiny little time save there. And again, this pop-ups just make it super simple because you usually start the level spawning right next to each other. So he can just pop me straight up and we can grab that gem. Whereas the people who made the game probably intended you to use the switches to get the astronaut on top of the robot. Alrighty. Moving on to moving platforms. So here we're sort of introduced to these moving platform mechanics, hence the name. And Greybash is going to get a workout here, stepping on and off these buttons to move the platforms to move me around.
Now, some of you might be old enough that you've heard of Stairmaster. It's a similar concept.
That it is. Nice little pop-up there will get me right over here to this last gem here, and he'll break the rocks while I'm going around. So that's one cool thing about this game is, like, yeah, we're just constantly, both of us are doing different things. It really takes teamwork and communication. Although we've been doing this for so long, we sort of know what to do without talking, but... And I don't want to grab...
He says that.
Oh, go on.
He says that. But
As you said, is this a good time to just give a shout out to our charity?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. So yes, this is a charity event for Haven House Children's Hospice, care for seriously ill babies and children up to the age of 18 by creating a loving and warm environment for them and their families while they go through the toughest of times. No family should have to face alone the difficulties of looking after a child with serious illness. Although we cannot change their diagnosis, our specialist care team are here to provide support to parents and carers who have children with complex medical needs. Many of our children need 24-hour care and supervision. We are a lifeline for these families, supporting them through their children's illness. We are here for the whole family, including moms, dads, brothers, sisters, and grandparents. So please, donate when you feel like it. Okay.
Awesome. It's a great charity, great cause, and that was actually the perfect level to read that during, because it's just a really boring level where we have to wait for that platform to move around. So
it is, by all intents, an auto-scroller, and there's no way to really save time. The only thing you can do is lose it.
Yep. So great timing there. Alright, right here we're going to use the fact that when you restart a level, you keep your gem count. So Greybash had to go all the way over there to get that gem, but then we just restart. Right there we see one of the wall clips we were talking about, where Greybash pushes me through the wall, and that makes this puzzle pretty trivial. Ooh, okay. A little bit of a missed jump there, but that was a quick backup. And this one is one of the, I guess, harder levels when you're doing 100%. We're going to actually pop up to this third floor here. And I'm going to make a little jump right here, down to there, grab that gem. And now we're going to be stuck by this yellow platform cycle. So I'm going to let Greybash through. He can go to the end and do whatever he wants, basically, while I have to ride this yellow platform around. And I'll get this last gem in the process.
Yep. And I'm just going to dance like no one's watching, because they really shouldn't be watching me.
And all he has to do is make sure he's on the platform before I get there, and that is that level. Alright, here I'm going to jump up onto him while that switch is raising so I can get up to the third floor.
And I have to exercise patience, as I really want to touch that button way sooner than I need to.
And he has definitely done that on many occasions, and if he does that, it actually strands me. So he needs to wait for me to get that gem and get back on the yellow platform before he touches it. Alright, this one probably has the trickiest jump that we've done yet so far in the run, for me at least. Well, and yeah, just for me, because the robot can't jump.
Yeah, if you see me doing jumps, we found some new tricks.
Yeah, that's some new crazy movement tech that I have not seen yet. But basically, yeah, just narrowly make that jump as the platform is coming back. That was nice. Got it first try.
And the real trick to it is this game has a little bit of coyote time, so he hangs just a little bit off the edge and he can still jump.
Yep. Ooh, getting a little bit of lag there. You're going to have to come back. That was... So since we are playing on emulator with Project 64 NetPlay, we're actually across the country from each other. So it's actually really impressive that it works as well as it does. But we do get some lag spikes every once in a while, but for the most part, not bad. Just in that case, it happened to be right when I was trying to make a jump. That was kind of important, so.
Yep. And if it's going to eat frames, sometimes it's just going to eat the wrong ones.
Yep.
This is another one of those levels where Jake has all these neat little tricky things, and I'm just going to die every time he does.
Oh, gosh. So, yeah, I did actually miss a cycle there. I was trying to hit this jump here. We'll hit the next cycle, though. That loses about 4 seconds. 4 or 6, I think.
But oh boy, does it feel like an eternity.
Yes. Especially since Grave Ash has to wait, even if I do make the first cycle. Alright, so we're flying through the run here. We've actually got, what is it, 3 levels left here?
That was a case where Jake just didn't happen to be holding his A button when he was in that corner, so I had to give him a little extra encouragement by spamming as fast as possible to pop him up.
Yeah, so the way that we used to do pop-ups is we would spam the blaster as fast as possible, but then we found out that if you hold the A button, it actually gives you this floaty property that allows you to just fly up into the air really quickly, and that's what we've been using this entire run. But because I wasn't holding A there, he had to go to the old method, which was to spam that blaster as fast as you possibly can.
And the nice thing about it is the devs didn't really think too much about it, I guess. But there is no cap on how quickly you can do that. As in, as quick as you can hit that button, it will fire off.
Yep. Which leads to some pretty sick upwards momentum at times for me. Alright, here we have one of the newest tricks found in 100% co-op, where we're going to hit an early cycle on this green platform that you can see in the upper right screen. At least we are going to attempt to. It makes use of this moon jump glitch we've been talking about, and basically I'm going to line up right here. Grave Ash is going to try to pop me up into the air and get back onto the platform just in time, like he just did. I'm going to get back on him, we'll do a death warp, and we're at the end. That was super nicely done.
It's about as clean as that can happen.
Yep. Alright, we are on to the final level here. I know this run has just flown by, but we do have to finish it up here. This one's called Time to Leave. Oh, fell down there. Let's see if Grave Ash can pick me back up. There we go. Alright. So he's going to hit that switch there. I got 2 more gems to collect, and this final level, it's only me that needs to get to the last platform here. So I got 1 more gem to get here, and time is going to end on the fade to black after I hit this final platform, which will be just about now. Alright, so because we finished 100% of the game with all the gems, it's going to say with cargo, range home with cargo, which means that I'm going to get to take the robot with me on my way home. If you don't get 100%, the robot has to stay behind, and it's very sad. You see the robot just looking all depressed.
But he really cares for me.
Right. So we allow him to tag onto the back. We grabbed enough gems that we have the fuel to do so. So that is Telocation Gemini. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the run. I think so. The final time on my end was a 12:19. I'm not sure.
Yep, that's exactly what we had on stream.
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
Well, that is awesome. So that's actually like 20-30 seconds off a world record. So not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely insane run. Just the amount of coordination you guys have. You guys didn't even like talk to each other much. It's pretty amazing to see just how in sync you two are.
Yep.
We've been doing
time.
this one for a while.
Yeah. So.
And as I like to call it, it was probably one of the original It Takes Two But it turns out they did a game before that and before this game came out, so I was wrong.
Yeah. But yeah,
Awesome,
so
guys.
yeah, this is a very fun game. I'll just give a quick shout out. If you haven't played it yet, definitely check it out. And I think if you can play it single player, but it really shines in co-op. So grab a friend, grab your emulator, and try it out for sure. And
That said, if you have a flash card of any sort, you can always go to the page on GitHub and download a copy free, as it was a Game Jam game.
Yep.
Great stuff. And up next we have yours truly, the Good Jakeward, doing some open season on the Game Boy Advanced. So stay tuned, guys. And we'll be right back.